Hey everyone, my name is Justin Edmonds. Thanks for checking out the channel. Today's video is the 10 things that I can't live without to do AV things, be on site, be at church, whatever you want to call this. 10 things can't live without. Let's go to the intro. Alright, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking us out. Make sure you hit subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below, all those kind of things. I'm also on Instagram. Check me out there. And the podcast. Link in the description for the podcast. A lot of it is just the same content you're getting here, just getting audio format. So just make sure you go and check that out. Make sure you hit subscribe. I'd love for some feedbacks and some, those little comment things that you give to tell people how awesome it is or how terrible it is, preferably the awesomeness ones. But yeah, that'd be great. Today's episode is sponsored by EM Technologies. They are an integrator and a consultant. By they, I mean me. That's my company. That's the way you guys can support me and help me keep making these videos. I would really love to be able to help you guys connect on simple things. Like I said, you can buy product from me. I can install product for you. I can design things for you. Do all those things. Make sure you go to emtmi.com, fill out the submission form, or email me at justin@emtmi.com. Would love to help you guys. So let's get into it. 10 things that I always bring with me that you can't live without. And I think that these 10 things are things that every tech should have in some form or fashion. I'm a firm believer that you don't always have to buy just the most expensive thing, that you can, sometimes the cheaper tools are the way to go. So I'm kind of across the spectrum on expensive versus cheap. So there are a lot of tools that I have, but these are the 10 that I carry with me almost everywhere. They're always in my car. They're always with me for the most part. So no specific order of importance, but I'm just going to start going through them. Number 1, my labeler. I can't tell you how many times I have gone in somewhere and not had things labeled and don't know what is what, and that frustrates me. So especially even if it's not a job that I did and I'm just trying to trace things down once I find something, I like to just slap a label on it, because once I figure it out, why would I frustrate myself later by not knowing what it is, or why would I not help the person that owns the system know what it is? So I bring this with me majority of the time, almost every time I go somewhere, just in case. Especially when I'm physically doing the install, everything gets labeled. Super, super important. The next 2 things, kind of the same thing, but not really at the same time. So this is my Trend Networks VDV2 Pro. This is my data tester. Has a little dingus thing that pops out here at the bottom. It also has 12 little nodes. This guy is going to help me trace things down, test things, mostly data cable. We do so much data that this thing is so important. It wire maps. It tells me that things are miswired, tells me what is miswired. If there's a break in the line, it tells me that there's a break in the line. It also tells me how far down the line the break is. It also tells me how long along the line is total as well. So especially if I'm having some data issues, I can throw this on there, and if it's over the 330-ish feet that data cable is supposed to be, I'll know that. So this is just a super great tool. Like I said, it's got 12 little dongles that I bought for it, so that I can literally plug all 12 of them into a patch panel. I can walk around with this guy and just go, oh, there it is, there it is. So super duper important. Next thing would be this cheapy Klein Tools toner. So I can literally test it, which will give me the basic pair matches. And then it also do a continuity test on it for me, but then it'll also send tone down it, and it has a little wand. This thing is about $30 at Home Depot, and I can't tell you how many times that this has saved my life, especially the tone. That's the real reason why I bought this, is so that I can just plug it in and I can start toning and get my little wand. So this is something that all of you guys should have, especially most of you smaller churches. $30. You can tone all this out, and then you can use your dandy labeler to label it once you figure out what it is. Next up, my Bosch laser measurer. Now, this is something that comes in handy for me personally on a lot of different things. when I'm trying to do a design and I need to know how big the room is, how tall the room is, those kind of things. This also has come in handy when I'm doing shows and I feel like the delay is off, or there's no delay in like monitors, so I can measure. And then on a lot of the new digital consoles, there's a space where you can actually delay an output to get it. So that's been really helpful. Also, just like getting line length of, you know, how long I need a cable, especially like if I'm going to make a cable or buy a cable. You know, I'm no longer pacing out. I can measure it and I can get it exactly. So those are the 4 like big like computerish tools for measuring, testing, those kind of things. Those are the important things. I don't have it on this list, but the other big thing that I always try and take with me is my Microsoft Surface Go. I got it instead of an iPad just because I can run everything that I need on it and not just a majority of things. Once some of these software designers kind of start coming out with things for the full-blown iPad, I will probably switch back to iPad because I miss my iPad. Hand tools are the next big important thing. Knipex, electrician snips. These things will cut through, I would say, 95% of anything that I need. I can cut through 10 gauge wire in this, no problem. Pretty much anything that's not hardened steel, this thing will cut through. So being able to just cut things really quick and easy without having frayed edges is super important to me. When I'm terminating Cat 6, you know, being able to get a nice clean cut edge on those lines as I'm pushing them through, super important to me. These have never let me down. They also come with this handy dandy little clip for your belt, so they're nice to just sit right on my belt. The next thing is I've burned through a bunch of different versions of these crimps, and these are the nicest crimps that I've been able to find. Again, a Home Depot purchase, Klein Tools. They're about 60 bucks, I think, maybe a little bit more now. But these crimps have been the nicest crimps that I've had. They do have a cut tool here and a strip tool here, so you can slide it in. You can adjust the length here. It also has the wire maps for the different color coordinations on here as well. You can do RJ11 or RJ45 crimp downs, and it is designed for pass-throughs. So what I do like about these is that they're just sharp, and I like that they're like crimp like that instead of, you know, like the scissor version of it. They've lasted long, they've been reliable, they're robust, and they're honestly pretty cheap comparatively to most all the other ones. So, and everything on here is replaceable. You can replace the blade with set screws there, so super easy. So it's been great. Next would be the most simple and yet most important tool, hand tool, that I carry on me, and I make sure it's always in my car because you never know. Phillips screwdriver. Yes, it's Milwaukee because I'm a big Milwaukee fan. Yeah, this is something that like a lot of people don't carry on them, and I'm really surprised because if I ever need to tear something apart, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a Phillips head screw. If I need to get inside of an outlet, if I need to put something in a rack, pull something out of a rack, screw terminals a lot of times are Phillips. So yeah, this is super important. This is such a simple tool. There's like, you can probably get a Phillips screwdriver at the dollar store. Honestly, 99% of you probably have one of these sitting in your sound booth somewhere. So that's just a super important tool. Next is I found these wire strippers, and I love these wire strippers. I got these off of Amazon. I honestly don't remember who the manufacturer is. Oh, it says right here, Capri Tools. So what I like about this is that they're auto strippers, and I'm sure most of you have seen these, but if you haven't, you literally have on here, you can't really see it in the camera, but it tells you like the gauge of wire for the stripping, and then you literally just stick the cable inside there, and it pinches down, holds the wire, and then pulls it apart. Super quick, super simple. This just speeds up time and accuracy. You don't accidentally cut too deep unless you're on the wrong measurement, obviously. But being able to literally just slide it in there and go, boom, we're done. My cable's stripped and I get to move on. So super accurate, super clean. That's what I love about it. Next one is another basic one. I've gone through a lot, and I kind of stopped buying some of the nicer ones of these, just because, like, hey, I lost them. They got dull a lot. I loaned them out, or they fell out of my pocket. But I always keep a knife on me. I like to try and keep something about this size for, needing to open boxes, needing to, peel something apart, cut, some tape apart. Just all those really quick, easy, basic things. I use this knife more than any other tool in my toolkit most of the time, especially when I'm doing site visits. Not necessarily on installs, but on site visits, this is definitely the tool. I bought this one, I think, for like $10 from Harbor Freight, and it's been great. It's super solid. It's steel. It's not carbon fiber, so it's not super duper fancy, but it is nice. It's got the little push blade here for it, and it's got the little window breaker and the little blade there. I don't know what it's called. Comment down below, let me know if you know what that's called. So super important to have a knife on you. You can never go wrong carrying that. And then the last, but yet not least, most important thing that I carry on me is my Lightning to 1/8 inch for my iPhone. So this is super important, obviously, especially when I'm doing site visits. I'm trying to hear sound systems and stuff like that don't have Bluetooth. I want to be able to listen to music that I know, not just random music that the church may have on their system, though they may overlap. It's just easier for me, and I know the quality that I have versus what they may or may not have. So super important to me to carry this little dongle with me. So I try and keep that in my car. And then your bonus one would be my phone. My iPhone is the probably never leaves my side for the most part. Like the UAG cases, never have I ever broken an iPhone in a UAG case. This will be my 8th iPhone in a UAG case, and I have never broken in a phone. That's why I do the UAG case. But the iPhone, I like it. It is the most compatible phone that I've found with what I'm doing. Just how quick everything goes along with it, having everything just accessible, and a majority of people that I deal with have iPhones as well, so needing to share content and stuff like that is pretty quick, pretty easy. So that's why it is. So that's the bonus. That's number 11. Guys, thank you so much. Let me know what tools you carry around. Tell me if there's a tool here that I don't have that I should have. If maybe you have a different version of one of these tools that I might like, comment down below and let me know what it is. If you guys want a copy, want to know what any of these are, let me know. I'll throw you a link to them. But again, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on podcasts. I'm on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can just search my name, Justin Edmonds, and it shows up as the Technical Arts Podcast. So guys, again, thank you so much. Make sure you hit subscribe. And until next time, I'm Justin.
Yeah.